Aging is not an excuse to get weak. In fact, if you are over 40, building strength is the number one thing you can do to stay young, burn fat, and move pain free. In today's episode, we're going to talk with more details about how to train, what to do, and what to follow to stay younger, fitter, and re energized if you are over 40. The first thing you need to focus on if you are over 40 is building strength. Muscles is your best anti-aging weapon. If you are over 40, you naturally lose between 3 and 5% of muscle every single 10 years. Unless you train, more muscle equals strong bones, faster metabolism, and you can stay injury free and you can move freely, means better mobility. What I mean with mobility here is just basically the way you move, the way you feel, and how to react or act with different movements. Getting stronger doesn't really mean building muscles all the time or keep your muscles growing. In fact, is getting that strength into your joints, into your bones, ligaments, and tendons that what gonna keep you fit, and you feel fitter, stronger, and you can move freely, and you feel happier with yourself with daily tasks. Let's say you feel free to do your gardening, play with your kids, your grandkids, or you can move freely instead of feeling stiff and being worried and aware of every single movement you are doing. On the top of that, you speed up your metabolism. What I mean with this, the more you train, your metabolism get better. In other words, is when you eat, basically your body absorb that food better than someone who doesn't train. Because when you train, you, let's say you break down them fibers, to keep the words easy and simple, not as scientific words, then everyone can understand what I'm talking about. You break down them fibers, and then when you recover, when you rest, you fill them gaps that you made when you train. When you train, remember, when you train, you destroy your muscles, you break down them fibers, and when you rest is when you recover. This when you build that strength, and this when your body put the damage. It's like fix the damage you've made and better. But what I would say is, you have to be really careful with this. You are over 40. If you are over 40, your recovery slows down. This is what you have to remember, because some people think, I used to train when they were in their 20s, they used to train 5 times a week, completely fine. They recover super quick, they recover fast, and they feel good with themselves with no issue. Everything's fine, happy, all good. But when you reach your 40s, you can't do this anymore, unfortunately, especially if you focus on your strength. If you do your cardio, let's say you go to the gym, you're on a treadmill, or you go on cross trainer, or you do a lot of running, or that's completely fine, because basically you are focusing more on your cardio, which is your heart, your breathing, your lungs, all that kind of stuff. But when you lift weights, basically you are putting pressure on your muscles first, joints, ligaments, and tendons, and you bring them down fibers. And then when you recover, you start feeling stiff, you start feeling slightly bit let's say stiff, aching, and this is part of the recovering. This is why it's basically highly recommended for someone who is in his 40s to don't train every single day. Leave a gap between your training. I would say the recovery time has to be between anything between 24 36 hours. Let's say you train on one day, the better time you train again is going to be around Wednesday, Thursday. If it's super hard, your workout is super hard, requires a lot of strength and a lot of pressure on your muscles, leave it till Thursday, even Friday. That's completely fine, especially if you are active and you got a lot of tasks to do every day. That's fine. If you feel fine with yourself, try Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. No more than this, because that is completely fine for your body to make progress and to keep you going. Because think here about long term. Don't think about 1 week, 2 weeks, or a month or two. Think about long term, to keep you going, to get you fitter and then stronger, and enjoy your journey in the meantime. Not just pushing yourself for 12 weeks and then you end up really stiff and tired, and then you can't even train anymore. That is the first thing. Second thing, focus more when you train. Be smart, go smart, don't go hard. What I mean with this, when you train, basically a lot of people thinking how many reps I can do, how many sets, or how long I spent in the gym. It doesn't really matter. What matters is how hard you can go. Intensity is the intensity of your training you can make yourself doing every single workout. Think about the intensity, don't think about the quantity. It's like, let's say I go to the gym, I stay there for an hour and a half, but I put no pressure, I hardly put some pressure on my muscles when I train. That I won't make great results and I won't get in great results. But in other parts, if somebody else go to the gym, train for half an hour, only half an hour, and put massive pressure on his muscles, let's say he go on he choose one exercise. Let's say he choose to work on his legs and he said I'm gonna go on leg press or squatting or whatever, any movement he feel comfortable with to work on his muscles, on his legs, basically his thighs, and then he go hard for a couple of sets until he feels like he feel muscles been working really well, and that's it. I guarantee in within few months, second lads who works, or lady works on her legs, focusing really well, made massive progress, really good progress. She can feel the benefit, the tone up, the strength, the mobility. Her metabolism works really well, and she feel like she did something really good by spending half an hour than the other person who trained for an hour and a half doing basically a lot of reps, a lot of sets, lightweight, and doesn't feel any pressure on his muscles. This is what we call it training smart, not hard. In the meantime, what I mean, not smart, smarter, but put enough intensity on your muscles without damaging yourself doing a lot of reps. Because doing a lot of reps with less pressure, that become too much pressure on your joints. But going with less reps, but enough intensity on your muscles, that gonna help you to make enough and to make progress and to create enough pressure on your muscles. And this is the key. More pressure on your muscles, that means getting stronger and getting basically your bones are getting stronger too, joint and ligament. And this is what we want. We don't want going like lifting basically lightweights and go for higher reps, or jumping around like, let's, I've seen a lot of people doing burpees and jumping, box jumping or whatever, also squat jumps. I'm not seeing any benefit of doing this movement at all whatsoever, because the pressure on your joints is much more than the benefit of getting it on your muscles. Basically burpees, you can do it if you fancy, if you are in your mid-20s, in your 20s, or you need it for your workout. Let's say you are doing specific sports, but you have to do burpees because it helps you. Just an example. But if someone is looking for general fitness, basically overall well-being, and making himself getting making progress in future or getting stronger, I'm not saying put in burpees or jumping squats in my workout plan has to be in any way. You don't need it. That is the first thing. So focus on this. When you go to the gym, if you are over 40, focus on strength, put pressure on your muscles, work out for half an hour, 45 minutes rather than an hour and a half, and focus on your muscles till you feel the pressure on your muscles. If you feel it's like, even if you go heavy, that's fine, as long as your technique is good. Make sure your technique, whatever exercise you're doing, is good, and the pressure, it's enough on your muscles. You feel it in your muscles, basically. You feel the burn, like we said, in your muscles. That is the first thing. A second thing, leave a gap between your workout. Don't go back to back every single day. That is ego thing. Doesn't matter. Even if you train once a week, enough, hard enough, that's enough to make progress. As long as you don't feel stiff. Go to the gym when you feel fine. It's not like feeling really aching and you are going back, because you're gonna harm yourself. You won't make progress. You're gonna put more damage on your body rather than making progress with your workouts. That is the first thing. Focus on strength and building muscle, basically building strength, because that strength is gonna help you to stay young, basically fitter and younger, in other words. A second thing which is important when you train, focus more on free weights. What I mean with that, when you go to the gym, you got choices. You got presses machines, cable machines, etc., and other parts you got bars, dumbbells, barbells, benches. Free weights and machines. What we have to focus on, if you are beginner, you got two types. If you are beginner and you don't know really the movements, how it goes on, you don't feel comfortable lifting the bar and the dumbbells, go with the machine. That's completely fine, as long as when you use the machine, you know how to use it and you put enough pressure on your muscles using the machine. If not, use, if you know how to do it, then go use it. If for me, use better if you can use the bar and dumbbells, because them two gonna put overall strength first, gonna put pressure, enough pressure on different parts of your body, and gonna help you to build strength better than using the machine. Because when you use the bar and the barbell dumbbells, the pressure, let's say you're focusing on presses, just press, simple as this, standing up, the pressure won't go straight on your shoulders only. You're gonna work on your arms, obviously your core, your stability, because you're standing up, lifting weights, and overall strength, even though you are focusing just on your shoulders. That is just an example. Added on top of that, you can use it for basic movements only. Don't use it for different movements. It's better to use free weights for basic movements. Basic movements, we've got squats, deadlifts, bench press if you want to, and you've got presses, let's say shoulders press if you want to. For the curls, basically curls, lunges, all that kind of stuff, you can use machines, are better to use it. So the second thing, we said the first thing, train smarter, not harder, and put enough pressure to build strength, not like a lot of reps and spending an hour and a half in the gym. That is the first thing. Second thing, when you go to the gym, if you are beginner, use the machines that are safer, better, and they're gonna build your confidence and help you to make progress and building strength and muscles. Use a machine if you are beginner. If you know how to use the barbell, dumbbells, and you know your technique, and your technique is good, and you know exactly what to do, then for me, forget about the machine, ignore them, go straight towards the bar and the bar and dumbbells. That is the second thing. And also, when you focus on your workout and to implement and focus more and use only, if just only, that's completely fine. If you just use squats, basic movements, compound movements, basically squats, deadlifts, presses, and basically bench press is a presses as well. You got 3 4 movements. If you just focus on them, you work hard on them, I guarantee you're gonna make massive progress. And focus on your recovering. What I mean with that, when you train, then go back to back, go every other day or even once, twice a week. That's completely fine, as long as when you train, you put enough pressure on your muscles. For the recovery, what gonna help you the recovery? You got 2 parts, which is nutrition and sleeping. The sleeping has to be, you got enough and decent sleep during the night, especially during nights, but between everything, anything between 6 and 8 hours during night, deep sleep. Basically, you got deep sleep till you feel refreshed. Second thing is your diet. Focus on basically add more protein into your meals. Don't go like crazy eating only protein only. I wouldn't recommend this. You need carbs, you need every single nutrient. You need carbs, you need fat, you need protein. But try to add more protein as well as you got your carbs and your fats into your meals. Don't eat so much. Don't eat like 6 or 7 meals. Eat when you are hungry, but don't starve yourself and don't keep yourself like really hungry till you eat. Eat when you are hungry and keep your meals basically in a good balance, because when you train, your body gonna absorb your nutrients and build strength and fill the gap being damaged in the gym. That's all I'm covering today in this podcast, talking about training as basically quick tips for someone who is over 40 and who would want to get fitter, stronger, and not weak anymore, and basically get the energy back into his lifestyle, on her lifestyle, as well as on join your different tasks during the day: gardening, shopping, playing with your kids, your grandkids, moving freely, get enough mobility, and that kind of stuff. If you feel like today's episode was beneficial for you, or if you are confused about how to train, I can help you by if you text me strong, I can send you my free workout plan for people over 40. And if you feel like you had good knowledge, or you feel like you got friends who can benefit from this podcast, please share it, comment, or let me know if you need any help. Stay tuned and speak soon in the next episode. Speak then.